Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue the same module, that is employability and the professional development, but with the new section, that is section number 4. In the last class we have discussed about the chapter number section number 2, 3, and now I am going to continue with section number 4. So let's continue with the previous class session, that is what we have covered in the last class, then moves to the today's topic. So in the last class we have started with the section number 2, that is employer and the graduate needs, that is what are the employers and how to use the employer needs, that is what is their needs, how they use in the employer needs, that is employer and the graduate needs. So universities and the colleges train the professions, and increasingly they are meeting the employers broader needs. So whatever the employer need, that will be employed or that will be used in a broader way. And the UK higher education has always been a blend of the vocationalism and the intellectualism. So whatever the universities, whatever the employer that are using the graduate level, that are using the graduates, that is using the concept of the graduates as well as the UK mechanisms. And the ancient university that is educated the clerics, and the later the civil services that is also providing the commanders of the empires. And despite initial reticence, the university is also educated and trained the medics and the various employees that is used in this one. There is a cultural shift, that is there will shift from the employability to the higher education, that is how to use the employability in the higher education, how to access the employability in the higher education. So there has been a cultural shift in higher education towards employability more seriously. So there has also been a considerable cultural shift in higher education and growing awareness among the academic of the need to develop the students' employability. That is also employability that is also used, that is also done in the employability terms. And this is paralleled by the revival in interest of the pedagogy and the focus on the student-centered learning. So that the main focus is on the student learning, student-focused learning, that is also used in the center pedagogy. However, despite a long growing engagement, so despite a long growing engagement that is used or engagement with the employability agenda, there are multiple parts that is also used for the employability skills. The prominence of the employability agenda and the responsiveness of higher education means that there probably will not been a better time for employer to enhance their curriculum and to make them virtually beneficial. This is especially for the small and the medium enterprises. So there will be higher education that will known as the, or that will be carried out in the small and the medium enterprises, that is the SME. Then next is the changing world of work, that is how to changing the world of the work. There are multiple work, there are multiple opportunity that is provided by the SME, that is the small and the medium enterprises, that are going to freelance work or doing the freelance work and going into the self-employment. Then next is the graduate attribute, that is with the expansion of the higher education, the long time concern of employers about the graduate attributes has become more pronounced. So there will be more pronounced, that is also used with the higher education, that is the graduate attributes. And the core set consists of the inductive attributes like communication skills, interpersonal skills, and the team working and the personal attribute. That is the core set, there are various attributes that is used, that is the communication skills, that is the interpersonal skills, and there is a team working skill that is also used with the personal attribute. And the personal attribute includes there will be interaction or the interact and the problem solving. And then we studied about the employer that wants the graduate who can help them with the change. So employer always look for the employers, or employer always look for the employees or the graduate who can help them deal with the change, who can help them that always deal with the change, whatever the changes that is used. So employer looking for the graduate person or the high qualified person that can help them to deal with the change. So employers used to ask potential employees what they had done and implicitly what skills they have acquired. So what the skills they are acquired, or what the potential employees they are using, and what the skills they had acquired, and how they are using in the potential material. Now they ask what is or what it is that students have learned from their experiences, and implicitly how well occupied or equipped and they have to learn and continue the learning. That is experiences that the student have learned about their experiences. Then moving on from the skills, so that is a moving on from the skills also, that is an employer that needs the graduate attribute that become more sophisticated, and there is a, or there has been a refinement in my thinking about the skills. So developing employability also requires a holistic approach that is also used. So the one is continuing the professional development and the lifelong learning. So there will be a continuous professional development process, and there will be a continuing the lifelong learning process that is also used for the continuing the professional development and the lifelong learning. So employability is about more than recruiting employable graduates. It is also about developing the existing workforce. So employers frequently assert their workforce is their most important asset and are aware of the need to ensure the development opportunity. So there will be more opportunity, more development opportunity to enhance their skills and the ability. So whenever employees work for their employers and also uses the higher knowledge, or we also use the professional development, that is one of the content, one of the major aim that is also used with the CPD, that is a continuing professional development, that is the area of expansion in most higher education institution. So whenever they are using the higher education institutions, so there will be a CPD, that is a continuing professional development, that is expansion in the higher education capabilities. So whenever the employee work for the employer and also involves the higher education, that is a part of the CPD, that is a continuing professional development. For example, developed courses in the strategic management and the project management aimed at small and the medium enterprises. Universities have invested in continuing professional development and lifelong learning. So universities also invest in the professional development. So most of the universities also focus on the nowadays also focus on the continuing professional development. So there will be a professional development more than the academic development and the lifelong learning. So there will be a lifelong learning because when the employer lives in or employer works for the organization, so there will be a lifelong learning. So there is a growing awareness of the needs of the SMEs, who in turn can benefit from the links to the universities. So there is also the growing awareness of the needs of the SMEs. And some institutions may take a community focused approach to pre and the post degree lifelong learning. That is, for example, the University of the East London year-long festival of lifelong learning, that is also using to enhance the awareness of the lifelong content. Then the Liverpool John Moores University, that is the next part. This is the example that we have discussed in the last class. Then University of Reading, what are the career management skill? That is a skill that require features into the that divide the features into the unique systems. One is the university-wide component that contributing the 5 credits toward the final degree clarification or classification. Then the okay, all right, Larry, just a minute. Yeah, Larry, are you able to hear me? Have you got the mail? Have you got the study material? Hello. Yeah, Larry, are you able to listen me? So have you got the study material? Just check it out and confirm to me first of all, so that I continue my class. So these are the career management skill that is used, that are the very management skill. These are the skill that is the CMS, that there are 4 features that is available in this one. One is the university wide component contributing the 5 credit towards the final degree certification. So there will be a credit that is every module has some credit that is given, that is also available in the university, that is used for the career development aspects. Then there will be a substantial differentiation of the resources according to the degree discipline. So whatever the differentiation that is used, whatever the resources that is used, that is according to the degree discipline, that is also one of the substantial differentiation of the resources that is according to the degree discipline. Then a partnership agreement or arrangement between the career professional and the academic. So there will be a partnership arrangement that is also done between the career professional and the academic, that is also used. Then there will be a coordination with other opportunities for the advice and the guidance. So there will be a coordination among the different opportunities that is also used with the guidance and the acceptance, that is also available in the database management system, or that is also available with the career management skills. Then we have discussed So sorry for the delay. There is a fluctuation in the electricity. That's why this problem occurred. So let's continue with the career management skill. So that there will be a career management skill that is also used in the career management development. That is also employee and the reading capabilities. So there are three parts to CMS as the reading. First is finding your profile, then finding the fit, then the effective application. So these are the three parts. First of all, finding the profile, then finding the fit, and then the effective application that is used for the employer's recruitment and the selection procedure. So whatever the recruitment procedure, whatever the selection procedure that is used with the CMS, that is a career management, or we can say the career management skill that is used with the CMS, that combines the feature of the unique combinations. There will be effective application that is also used that understand the employer's recruitment and the selection methods. And while each part coordinates, or we can say the each part supports or start with the interactive reading or the interactive session, the bulk of the learning takes place online. So whatever the online transaction that will take place in the online method, that is also used with the different employer pages. And the end of the session or each section, students submit an assessed assignment. So whatever the assignment they are giving, they have to submit the assignment in a compiled manner. Then delivery through the curriculum, that is also a part of the CMA, that is the career management skills. So employability is delivered by using the opportunity for the advice, that is a QAA, that is a quality assurance agency. So employability is delivered by building upon the existing good practices. That is there are multiple existing practices that is also used. That is also one of the main source of the employability. Then incorporating the CMS into the degrees. That is the incorporating means enhancing the employability into the, or taking the employability into the CMS into the degrees. Then cooperating with the academics and the employer. So coordinate with the employers and the academic level. That is one of the main that is established by the employability. The University of the Central England, that is a next example that is used. So one other person, that is a John McMahon, that is a graduate from the BA honor, that also is doing the media and the communication, that is a BA honors in the media and the communication. So that covers all the aspects of the media and also enables the student to go deeper in the specialized area. Then there will be a work experience, that is a 4-year placement that is also used. Then the theory and the skills. So this is one of the best example that is developed, or that is going between the BA honors. So the person is taking the BA honors as well as the professional courses, that is the BA honors with the mass and the, or the media and the communication. So employability is developed through embedded placements, assistant with the part-time work. So employability is developed, or we can say the employability is developed or achieved through the embedded placement, there will be placement, then the assistant with the part-time work, then a responsive program that accommodates the industry changes through good links with the past graduate and the media companies, then the skills developed alongside the theoretical understanding, and then employer input into the course. So these are the four parts, these are the 5 parts that is achieved, or that is delivered, or that is employability is developed through these 5 points. Then next is the section 3, that is employability, recruitment and the performance. That is, what is employability, what is recruitment, and what is the performance. What are the difference between these 3 terms, and how these 3 terms can be achieved within the higher education, or we can say how these 3 terms can affect the employability and the professional development. So this is employability is a process of learning that leads to individuals gaining and retaining the fulfilling work. So whatever the process of learning, whatever the employability that takes place, that leads to the individual gaining, or individual gains and retaining the fulfilling work. So first is the nature of the employability. So that is a property of the individual. In this property, the core notion of the employability relate to the propensity of graduate to obtain and fulfill the work. So whatever the graduate, whatever the employability skill that is used, that is also related with the propensity of graduate to obtain and fulfill the work. And employability is all about the learning, not least learning how to learn, but it is not a product but a process. So it is not anything that is a product that you can change, that you can set, that you can take. No, that is not a product, but it's a process, that is an ongoing process, that is employability. Because whenever you are working for some employers, your target, your we can say sales, your production, that all depends on the employer. Whatever the target they are giving, whatever the target the employer are giving, you can achieve the target. So it depends on the employer to employer. So that is the nature of the employability that provides, that is also used, that is how to learn. So that is not a product but a process. That is a process that is going on, that is the employability, that is the nature of employability. So employability is heart but about a process of learning. So employability is nothing but a heart, we can say, that is a main content, that is a major part about a process of the learning, that is the employability. So there is a tendency to measure the employability in terms of whether the graduate obtains a job of a specific type within a given period after that time, that is also used after graduating. This of course only relate to the employability of the new employees. So whoever the employee that is given, that is also used for the employability, that is also used for the career management skill, that is also used in the career management aspects. So employability is at the heart about a process of the learning. That is, in employability you can learn so many things, so that can impact your career, that can affect your career, we can say that can make your career, okay, that can give the shape to your career. Employability should not be confused with the employment rate of graduate from an institution. This is a diagram that shows there will be a HEI, then employability, development opportunity, then graduate, then employability and the employment. So these are the 4 or the 5 level that is used. That is a magic bullet model of the employability. One is the HEI, then employability, development opportunities, then graduate, then employability, then employment. So these are the 4 or the 5 points that is used. So there is no magic bullet solution to the employability that is used in this point. So employability development can be focused or has 3 focuses. So there are 3 parts of employability development. One is the development of employability attributes. One is the development of self-promotion and career management skills. Then the willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. So these are the 3 parts, or we can say these are the 3 focuses of the employability development. One is the development of employability attribute. One is the development of self-promotion and the career management skills. One is the willingness to learn, that is there will be willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. That is the focus of the employability development. And there are 3 processes that is used. One is the pedagogic processes, one is the self-reflection processes, one is the articulation processes or articulation that is done by the experiences. There are 3 parts. One is the pedagogic, that is for the small children. One is the self-reflection, that is by the student, that is that's studying something, that's studying in the school. Then the articulation, that is also done with the we can say the experienced person, that is the articulation. So there I discuss further in the following section, that is employability is about how individuals engage with opportunities, reflect and articulate their skills and the experiences. So employability is all about how the individual engage with the opportunities. So what are the various opportunities that is available with the individuals, and what are their reflections and how they articulate their skills and experiences. That is, what is the articulation, that is how to use the articulation with the skills and the experiences. So in addition, employability development opportunities are affected to some extent by the some discipline or by the subject discipline of the graduate. Some program areas tend to be more active than others in promoting the employability. So some areas are the more effective, or the we can say the active position, are in the active position while provide the employability, either because they are more readily lend themselves to the developing particular opportunities, or because of a need to ensure the engagement. Then recruitment practices. What are the recruitment practices? That is one of the major goal of the employer. That is the process by which the graduates can get the job. That is the employment or recruitment practices. And this is one of the content that is also used. That is the model of the graduates. So there is the HEI, then employability subject or development opportunity. Then there will be employability attribute, then self-promotional skills, then willingness to develop, and there will be a graduate person that is also engaged in the employability and the professional development. Then there will be employability, recruitment process, external affairs, and the employability and the employer. And higher education and the employers need to work together to overcome the biases in recruitment against some group of individuals. So whatever the individual they are using, whatever the group they are using, they are also doing the higher education, and the employer need to work together. So higher education means they are taking the higher education, and the employers need to work together individually, or we can say they work in coordination with each other to overcome the biases, to overcome the limitations of the recruitment, and that is again some form of or some form groups of graduates. Then this is one of the example, that is a Yorkside Jones college example. And there will be work experience, or employment can be delivered through the establishing the needs of the business and of the government. So whatever the need of the government, whatever the need of the employer, that is also used, that is also one of the major tasks, that is also one of the establishing the needs of the businesses and the students. Then the achievement of the marketable skills within the academic learning. So whatever the marketable skills that is achieved within the academic learning. Then the work experience and embedding within the program. So whatever the work experience that is also embedding, that is also used, or that is also we can say the inside in the program. So employment is developed through the three points. One is establishing the needs of the business of the student, one is achievement of the marketable skills, one is the work experience that is also embedding with the program. Then next is the University of the Newcastle upon Tyne. So this is one of the example. There are multiple semester by which there are multiple modules. So during the first semester, student forms small team. There will be a small team that is formed by the students and devise a business idea, culminating in the delivery of a viable business plan. So first is the business enterprise module, that is also the personalized shirts, that is a personalized shirt, that is one of the joint successful student companies, that is a company, that is a business that is based on the personalized shirts. And the module was developed by the Career Services and the Business School in 1999. That informs the career choice, that there is informing the career choice also. The module emphasizes the development of commercial understanding and the new venture creation and the occupational awareness. And integral to the module is the support of the recently developed graduate program, that is a higher education version of the National Young Enterprise Scheme, that lets the student register their company, receive the insurance, and provides a negotiated position within the tax system. So employability is developed through the enabling the student, or we can say the involving the student to the experience the reality of the business working operation. So whatever the working operation, they can get the experience, that is taken into the account with the working experience, that is how to get the working experience of the various students. So that enable the student to experience the reality of the business operations. Then introducing students to business owners, specialized advisors, and the business network. That is how to use or how to work with the business workers, how to work with the, or how to introduce the students to business owners, specialized advisors, and the business network. Then providing the practical evidence of personal and skill development that is validated by the sector. Then employer input into the course. So whatever the employer input, that is also given into the course. So these are the 4 points by which we can achieve our, by which we can develop our employability. So employability is developed through these 4 points. Now next is section number 4, that is the developing employability in the higher education institution, that is how to develop the employability in the institution that is offering the higher education. So section number 4, that is the developing the employability in the higher education institution. So higher education has always developed students employability, but now it is doing this in more explicit and the systematic way. So this is one of the line that is given, that is a higher education always have a developed student, always have a good student, we can say, employability, but now it is doing in the more sophisticated, that is the employability in the higher education and the systematic ways and in close collaboration with the employers. This is the higher education. So higher education institutions in the UK have always played a part in developing the employability. The last 5 years has seen a much more explicit engagement with all the three aspects of the employability agenda. So these are the 3 points that is also used with this one. So the last 5 years have seen aspects of the employability agenda that is also developed with the student attribute that is designed to make them employable. So there are multiple agendas, there are multiple employability skills that is used that helps to develop the student attribute that is designed to make them employable. Then developing the student self presentation skills that is designed to improve their recruitment chances, and developing the students flexibility and willingness to continue the learning that is designed to ensure that they are continuing to be employable. So that is the next part, that is they develop the student flexibility and the willingness to continue the learning so that they can be employable, or they are be employable, or they continue to be employable. So some initiatives are course specific. So some initiative that is taken, that are the course specific, that is specific to the course. Other are the institution wide development, such as the establishment of the progress file. So this depends on the course to course. This depends on the, we can say, the initiative to initiative. Some are the course specific, some are the institution wide development, such as the establishment of progress file. So the development of career education modules. Some activities include target under the represented groups, while other enable self-employment or the aided small business incubation. So some may be the self-employment, some may be the employment, or some may be the, we can say, the small business incubation. And there is a growth in the partnership with the employer, that is also known as the NGOs, and the further education. And one of the example is Kingston University Aeronautical Engineering Foundation degree that incorporates within the program the license to practice all the required work in the analytical program. Then the system-wide development, that is how it is used in the system-wide development by using these concepts like the founder or founding council of the Wales and the Welsh Development Agency, that is the WDA. So employment is about the attribute development, building confidence, self-promotional skills, and encouraging the lifelong learning. So this is all about the employability. That is all about the attribute development. That is how to develop the attribute. Then the building confidence. That is building confidence, gaining the confidence. Self-promotion skills. That is what are the self-promotion skills, and what are the how to encourage a lifelong learning. A system-wide approach to encouraging employability development has been successful in the Wales. And there will be a range of activity that is also used. That is also one of the major tasks. That is also one of the ways that we can see the content. And this is one of the diagram that shows the holistic development of employability. There will be a attribute development, then self-promotion and the career management, then the willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. So these are the three parts. One is the attribute development, one is the self-promotion and the career management, one is the willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. And these are the 4 points, that is the in program, then central support, then work experience, and the progress science. So these are the holistic development of the employability. That improves the performances, that improves the target, and integrate the career services into the organization as a whole. Then the next is the University of Birmingham. That is one of the examples. So let's take a break, but not only for the 5 minutes, because we already short with the timing due to some problems. So we take a short break, that is a 5 minute break, then come back, then starting with this one and finish the class as soon as possible. So let's take a break. So let's start the session again. So these are the various universities. One of the example of University of Birmingham, that is what is a Birmingham University. That is vocationally the course provides the technical knowledge, but also produces graduate who had something that is but also produce a graduate who have something extra when applying the media related jobs. So and whenever whatever the course that is provide, that also provide the technical knowledge, but also provides the knowledge or graduate that have some extra or that have something extra when applying for the media related jobs. And the American and the Canadian Studies Department, MPhil B History, Film and the Television. First is the academic and the vocation. So whatever the courses that is available, that is the vocation and the academic courses that is used for the that is used with the traditional concept, that is also used with the mechanical, or we can say the this course was created in 1996 as an outgrowth of an undergraduate person, so the undergraduate course that has been running since the mid 1980s. And from the outset, the program was explicitly set up to reconcile the academic and the vocational requirement. And this was developed, or that is adopted, with the MPhil model that allows for the flexibility in the two ways. First of all, it allows for the longer discussion than the MA. Second, it makes it possible to introduce the specialized discussions or descriptions in the case a 45-minute documentary supported at 6,000 word defense. So whatever the usual course, whatever the courses that is used, that is also available with the courses that is 6,000 word defense. Another unusual feature of the course is that the second semester is given over to a full 12-week work placement. Vocationally, the course provides the technical knowledge, but also provides a graduate who have been something extra when applying for the media related job. So that is a graduate that have a technical knowledge, but also the gaining the some extra knowledge, that is a graduate with the extra knowledge that is applying for the media related jobs. And the course produces the graduate who are at first and the foremost good researchers. So first of all, there will be a good researchers, and there will be a good architect that is used, that is available with the good researchers, and but who can also apply their graduate, who can also apply their research, that is also used in the graduate, that is also used in the applying the content, that is also produces the good research, but who can also apply the research skills in the skill scenario. And the pole wolf that is also available, that is also generated the approach of the graduate, that is from their explicitly vocational courses that do not expect to walk into the high level positions. Then next is the placement partnership, that is integrated to the course are the placement partners, practitioners willing to take student on work experience. The first 6 students enrolled in 1968 is locally placed in the organization. So whatever the organization that is used, whatever the employees that is used, whatever the criteria that is used, that is also placed in the employability scales. So that will appear in the employability scale. So employability is developed through the balancing the academic and the vocational requirements. So there must be a balance between the vocational and the academic requirements. So there will be academic also, there will be vocational courses also. There will be a balance between the academic and the vocational requirements. Then the development of the links between the university and the local and the national employers. So there will be a proper development of the links. There will be proper development of the criteria that is developed between the university and the locals and the national employers. Then the flexible attitude towards the needs of the student on the course. So whatever the flexibility that is available, that is also available in the student of the on the course. that is also one of the, we can say, the target that is achieved or that is helped to achieve the employability. Then next is the University of Liverpool, that is the next part. So students learn about the ethics of equal opportunity voluntarily and the practical issues of working with the range of the organizations and the voluntary service learning background. So first is the voluntary service learning background, that is the background. So 2 years ago, the Department of the Sociology at the University of Liverpool proposed an innovative work-based learning module for the first 5 students that work provide or that would provide both an experience of sociology of work and practice and actively contribute in the local or to the local community. So whatever the community, whatever the local criteria that is used, they are locally placed in the contribute to the practicing of the various attribute. The new module, voluntary service learning modules, that aims to allow the students to demonstrate their understanding of social action and learning from the undertaking voluntary services. Then the application of theory in practices, so there will be a Liverpool Student Community Action, that is LCPA, that is the University of the Liverpool, that is a part to guide the or guild of the students. Then next is the electronic support for the skill development. There will be a proper electronic support that is also available for the skill development. That includes the module is supported by the web-based personal or personal development planning tool. So there will be a personal development tool. There will be a proper web-based personal development planning tool, that is LUSID, that is the Liverpool University Student Interactive Database. That is one of the LUSID that has 3 main elements. One is a recording section that contains a template for the reflective learning, then a customized skills audit, and then communication and the information technology, then action planning system, that is a reporting section which helps the student compiling a CVs from the information stored, and LUSID, that is a Liverpool University Student Interactive Database that contains a web-based scenario that is also used as a planning section and the reporting section that helps a student to compile a CV from the information stored. So whatever wherever the information stored, that also helps the student to compile a CV to get the CV from the information stored. And the LUSID has the advantage of easy access via any web connection. So in any web connection can be accessed via the web via the easy access that is also provided with the skill development. The Center for the Lifelong Learning can be tailored all aspects of the LUSID to the departments or the module requirements. The next is the placement opportunities. So majority of the placements are organized through the Liverpool Student Community Action. So majority of the placements are done with the Liverpool Student Community Action, and students do have the opportunity to organize their placement. So whatever the placement that is using, whatever the criteria that is using, that have the placement to organize their own placements, and if they wish, subject to the departmental or department approval. And there are a wide range of voluntary opportunity that is also used. What are the various of voluntary opportunity that is used with the placement? First is working with the education groups to devise and put an anti-bullying place. So working with the education groups to devise, so whatever the education group that is used to devise and put an anti-bullying place, devising and implementing the play day for young children. So whatever the young children that is doing, that is also implementing that play days for the young children, and helping out a care homes are the typical example. So this is the placement opportunities that is provided by the University of the Liverpool, that is also education group that also provides young children. Also the care homes are the one of the example, that is also the type of the placement opportunities. Then evaluation. The first year that the module was offered, the module coordinator expects between the 6 and the 12 students. So there will be a student, that is also one of the evaluation criteria. The student must be there between the 6 to the 12 students. The actual take-up was over 30 students. So there will be expectation that there will be a 6 to the 12 student, but more than expectation, the student will be around that should be over the 30 students, indicating the real interest in this type of opportunity. The host organizations have been very positive about the initiative. This work was extremely helpful. So this work was extremely helpful that is used, and I hope it has proved as a useful to the student at it most, as it most certainly did for our organization. So this works for the useful student, that is work for the useful student, that has also the opportunity, that is work for the various organization. So that is a citizen advocatory or advocacy project manager. So the manager that is also used for the evaluation, that is known as the citizen advocacy project manager. And many of the students feel that they have been benefited from the voluntary experience. So this is one of the main important lines. So many of the students feel that they have been experienced, or they are getting the experience, or they get benefited from the voluntary experience, the independence of the choosing their own work, and the value of the group peer discussion in the tutorials. Perhaps one of the most telling aspects is that 79% of the first groups of students intending to carry out or carry on with volunteering the following year. So perhaps one of the most important telling aspect that is doing, that is over the 79% of the first group of students intend to carry out with voluntary the following year. So employability is enhanced by working with the guild of the students. So employability is achieved or enhanced by working with the guild of the student, by working with the motto of the student, then utilizing the LUSID database effectively. So utilize the LUSID, that is the Liverpool University student for University Student Interactive database effectively, that is LUSID, that is a Liverpool University Student Interactive database. So that is also utilizing that database, because that is a web-based database. So the employability is more achieved to the web-based scenario, that is the employability, and working with the guild of the student. Then using a range of training and assessment methods. There are multiple training and assessment methods that is also developed. For example, there will be a Google form, there will be a web-based form that is also developed within the university, within the we can say the Liverpool University, that is also using the student database interactive database, that is working with the guild of the students, that is utilizing the LUSID database effectively, then using a range of training and assessment method. So also gaining the range and the assessment method, that is also gaining the work experience of the students. The next is the career management. So whatever the changes that is used, whatever the management, whatever the career technique that is used, that is the career management. So a significant change, as mentioned above, has been the development of students' own career management skills. The CRAC, that is a career management skill program, was a pioneer in encouraging the student to begin to plan and manage their future careers early on while at the university. So whatever the plan, whatever the future aspect that is used, that is also the career management skills. So students can get their career or can manage their career, that is a career management skill that helps us future careers early on the while at the university. Recent development includes a career management skills module that is designed to help students and graduates develop and gather the evidence of skills. So whatever the skills, whatever the evidences that is used, that helps the graduate to develop and gather the evidences of the skills. Evidence means the earning of the skills. Identify the career preferences and plan effective job opportunities. So whatever the job opportunity that is used, that is also getting the job opportunities, that is also getting the career opportunities or the career preferences. The University of the Newcastle makes their course available online, and the University of the Wales. So whatever the courses that is used, that is also available online, and the University of the Wales. Bangore's career management and the job hunting skills courses also accredited. So whatever the job hunting skill that is required, that is also accredited at level 1 through the Department of Lifelong Learning. The University of Reading is introducing a career management skill component into overall program for the new degree. So whatever the new degree, whatever the program that is used, that is also generating the undergraduate program that is for the new degree that's starting in the 2002. The career management program that is also discussed below, that is also being integrated into the student progress files, that is along with the recording of the achievement and reflecting on practice. So whatever the achievement, whatever the practice that is used, that is also achieved with the recording of the achievement and reflecting on the practice. Then next is the center support for embedding the employability in the curriculum. So what is the center support that is also used? That is also used for embedding the employability curriculum. So a relatively new activity is the attempt to integrate centrally supported employability development into curriculum in the following way. So whatever the relatively new activity that is attempt to the integrate centrally supported employability. So whatever the centrally supported employability that is also used for the employability development into the curriculum in various ways. Hitherto, that is most institutions, central staff have been intended to work in an ad hoc way with academics on the request. So whatever the request that is used, whatever the activity that is used, that is attempt to integrate the centrally supported employability development into the curriculum on the various ways. Leads metropolitan university skills for learning, for example, is an attempt to broaden this process. It is an online resource available on the of the campus accompanied by a self-study pack. So it is an online resource available in the and the offline campus that is also used, that is also available in the self-study packs. It is innovative in combining employability development with study skills. So it is innovative in combining on getting the employability skills, employability development with the study skills, information and the research skills using the IT. So it is also getting the experience, it is equal to getting the information and the research skills using the IT, learning and the teaching, group skills, assessment and the personal development planning. So whatever the planning, whatever the development that is used, that is also used for the learning and the teaching development skills. Then next is University of Central England in Brigham Career Services also produce a self-help discovered employability. So whatever the Central England that is also used, that also produce a self-help guide delivering employability, that is also a framework for the career development in the curriculum 2002, which identifies the attribute that could be developed within the curricula. So whatever the curricula that is used, that is also used for the career development in the curriculum 2002. And this unique resource suggests that how attribute development might be integrated into and assessed within the programs of the study. So whatever the program, whatever the development that is used, that will help to integrate with the attribute development that must be integrated into and assessed within the program of the study. And for each attribute there is a list of other resources also that might be useful for the lecturers. So for each attribute that is given, there is a list of other resources that is also used, that might be useful for the lecturer, that is also used in the development of the criteria. The resource contains a checklist for the employability. So whatever the resources that is used, that is also a list of the employability checklist for the employability, which can also be used to audit the existing program. That is also one of the added program, one of the auditing existing program that is also used in the employability and the professional development. Then next is the this is the theory that in most of the institution, most of the university that is also used. That is also a collaboration between the department and the academic staff to develop the employability skills in the program, and where appropriate they share their delivery. And the University of Wales, Swansea has appointed an employability and the skills officer to work with the department and to review their program of study in order to identify and enhance the vocational program. So whatever the vocational program, that is also used to identify and enhance the vocational elements. And the support and the guidance is also provided through the career centers and the staff development unit. Next is embedding the employability in the curriculum. That is how to embed the employability in the curriculum. So apart from the central initiative, there is a growing tendency towards an integrated approach to employability development. So there is an integrated approach that is also used with employability development, that includes embedding the development of student attribute within the subject curriculum. So whatever the subject curriculum that is used, so making the approach, making the development of the student attributes within the subject curriculum. A recent study of media courses at 4 universities showed that the current resources or current student, recent graduates and the employers considered attribute development to be well embedded in the program. So whatever the graduate, whatever the studies, whatever the university that shows there will be a current development, there will be recent graduate, and the employers, we can say the recent graduate and the employer that also contribute the attribute development to be well being embedding in the program list. So there is a 3-year-old student or 30-year student, not 3-year-old, 30-year student at the University of Central England thought that the entire course was geared towards getting a job. That the entire course is developed for getting a job. That is a job-oriented course. That is embedding the employability in the curriculum. So a curriculum means we can say the index. So I'm embedding the employability skills. So there will be employment. So there will be we can say the sense of the employability that is also available within the student. So that is also available in the curriculum of the course. So when they get a position in the company, media studies graduate seem quite eager to develop their skills, take advantage of the post to get some real work experience more so than someone who has got a good conventional degree from an established university. So whatever the university that is used, that is also conventional degree that is from an that is from an that is from an established university. And they sort of rest on their laurels and they think, well, I can do or I can go to any company and have or get a good post. So sorry. Media graduates are very hardworking. They have the direct skills which they need to be do the job, including the IT packages and the HTML. So embedding the courses in the relation, embedding the courses in the media, that also gets the high job opportunities, and that also include the IT packages in the HTML. Now, more and more programs are being revised to include the employability employment elements alongside the subject-based learning. So this is the same point. So along with academic, along with the subject side learning, there will be a more employability element that is also used along with the subject-based learning in way that meets the learner's needs. So whatever the learner needs, that will be used to enhance the employability skills that will be available in the employability department. Next is the University of the North London. That is the next example. That is the University of the North London that is also available. So the placement provides vital constructive employer input. So that is one of the placement that also provides the vital constructive placement on employer input. Now, first is the School of the Health and the Sports Science. One is the origin. That is what is the or how is the origin of the science of the or School of the Health and the Sports Science. So the applied consumer psychology degree offers a scientific approach to explaining consumer behavior. That is, what is the consumer behavior, how to offer a approach or how to apply approach on the consumer behavior, and was the first undergraduate course of its kind in the UK. The course covers consumer psychology, marketing, and consumer science. It integrates an understanding of consumer behavior with aspects of marketing and the research methodologies, and seek to develop the knowledge and the skill that is sought by the major employer. So whatever the major employer that is used, whatever the university that is used, that is also gets the opportunity, that is also getting the skills and the major available employers. The final year module, that is Psychology of Consumer Analysis, was inspired by a subject-based module, Workplace for the Professional Experience, which is available to all undergraduate at the university, and the Psychology of the Consumer Analysis module that also includes the student undertaking the placement with the company. So whatever the company that is used, whatever the placement that is used, that also provide the health and the support science that is also used in the companies. Then delivery. So at the start of the 12-week assignment, employers visit the university to outline their activities and the requirement and to agree a project with each student. So at the start of the 12-week assignment, whatever the assignment that is used, whatever the 12-week assignment that is used, so employer visit the university to outline their activities. So employer use their university to outline the university that is used, and whatever the requirement that is used to agree for a project with each student, and they are also producing the solutions for the genuine problems and the product. And the project analysis or the project typically involves the negotiation with the employers and the development of a client server or client customer relationship. Then development and analysis of questionnaires. Then qualitative analysis. Then the time management, self-organization, and the reflection. So these are the various projects that typically involves the negotiation, that typically involves the development and the analysis of questionnaires. Then next is the qualitative analysis. Then next is the time management, self-organization, and the reflection, and the development of communication skills. So these are the various delivery techniques that is used with the 12-week assignment based. Then student take responsibility for the project which or with support from where both the buyers and the tutor. So that student take the responsibility of the project that supports both the employer and the tutors. And there will be academic assessment that is also done through the written academic report that incorporates the evaluation and the self reflection. Then involving the employer by using the PPTs, that is the good working relation, that is also used of the mixed and the local and the mixed national employers such as the BAS industries, fast marketing, Couts retail communication and the engineering council. That also provides a good variety of organizations and the product for the student projects. The next is the outcomes, that is a positive outcome that is used that gets the help the student in achieving their target, in achieving their scenarios. So employers also welcome the involvement of and enjoy the contact with the student, and they also appreciate the opportunity to contribute to the development of an expert workforce. So employability is developed through active engagement with the employer. So employability is achieved through the active engagement with the employer. So there should be active engagement with the employer, then the employer assessment and the feedback. This is also one of the criteria that is also getting the employability. Then the self-reflection and developing time management and the communication skills and putting theory into the practice. That is a real assignment. That is a real assignment means a live assignment that is used. So these are the 5 methods that is used. One is active engagement, then employer assessment, then self-reflection, and then develop the time management skills. Now next example is the University of the Wales, that is a beggar. That is the next example that I'm going to discuss in the next class, that is in the Monday's class. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much everyone for listening me. I'm taking this topic in the next chapter along with this one, that is employability audit. So thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye. We will meet on the Monday with the new topic, that is employability audit. So thanks a lot. Bye bye.